So find a comfortable seat, cross your ankles, rest your hands on your thighs and sit up tall, rolling your shoulders back and down away from the ears. And with your hands resting on your thighs, just lift up tall so you're lifting up through the chest, lifting the ribs and the diaphragm up away from the hips and pelvis. Take a very deep breath in. And exhale, roll your shoulders back and down away from the ears, just allowing the shoulder blades to slide down the back. And close your eyes, pull your attention inwards, and pull your attention towards your breath. So start to listen to the sound of your breath. Connecting to Ujjayi. So Ujjayi breath, using the muscles at the back of the throat to create that whispering sound, that husky sound. And use this Ujjayi breath to energize you as you move through the practice this morning. Use it as a way to wake the body up. And keeping your eyes closed, place both hands onto your heart space. And we'll start off with some Brahmari breath, so just bringing the palms onto the heart, onto the chest. So with the Brahmari, we're going to buzz up this area of the heart space, and it's like a bumblebee sound, a humming sound. So we'll do 5 rounds here to start to buzz up and create some energy around this space, because this is what we're going to work on opening today through our practice. Take a huge breath in. On your own, so searching for those vibrations beneath your hands. And keep sitting up tall so your chest is lifted, the shoulders are rolling back and down away from the ears. Take a very deep breath in and a very deep breath out. And let's work for opening around this area, finding more space, finding a little more feeling around this area so that we can move into our day with a little more openness, a little more freedom. And release your arms down, you can open your eyes. And then bring your left leg on top of your right leg for knee pile. So you have your knees stacked on top of one another. Now, if the left hip pops up, or if this is too intense in the hips, bring your right leg straight out in front of you so you can get both sitting bones down. And then bring your fingertips beside you, lifting your chest up, rolling the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Kapalabhati breath. We'll go for 50 pumps. We'll take a deep breath in. Out through the mouth, exhale. Then inhale halfway and begin pumping. So just move at your own pace, move at a pace where you can find the connection of your belly snapping back towards the spine. So with our Kapalabhati, we're creating heat and warmth around the central part of the core. Lift the chest up. That's it. And when you finish those 50 pumps, just exhale all your breath out and return to your Ujjayi breath. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And moving into shoulder shrug. So let the arms relax beside you. Excuse my back for just a moment. And as you are keeping the arms relaxed, working into the upper back muscles. So getting those upper back muscles working, finding mobility in the shoulders. Take a very deep inhale into upper back. Hold the breath, lift your shoulders straight up. Pull your shoulders straight back. Squeeze your upper shoulder blades together. And on your exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades together as you pull them down your back. Inhale into upper back. Exhale, squeeze the middle shoulder blades together. Keep squeezing as you pull the shoulder blades down your back. Inhale into upper back. Exhale, squeeze the bottom tips of the shoulder blades together. Bend your elbows so you can access the bottom tips. Pull the elbows in and then drag your elbows and your shoulder blades down your back. Relax your arms. One more round. Inhale into your upper back. Hold the breath. Lift your shoulders straight up. Pull your shoulders straight back. Squeeze your upper shoulder blades together and keep squeezing as you exhale. Drag those shoulder blades down your back. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze the middle shoulder blades together, just using the upper back muscles. Keep squeezing as you pull those shoulder blades down the back. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades together. Now bending the elbows, pull the elbows in and drag your elbows and your shoulder blades down the back. Inhale into your upper back and exhale, just release your arms down by your sides. Switch your legs, bringing your palms together into Anjali and then leaning back and switching the legs using your core. Okay, and then bring your fingertips beside you, lift your chest up, shoulders back. One more round of Kapalabhati. Take a deep inhale. Out through the mouth, exhale. Take a deep inhale and then begin pumping. Kapalabhati is a very detoxifying breath, so use those exhales as a way to expel any toxins, physical, energetic, emotional, clearing out the sinuses, the nasal passages. And then when you're finished, you exhale all your breath out. Returning to a deep breath in through the nose and a very deep breath out through the nose. Shoulder shrugs. Keep your arms relaxed. Take a very deep inhale into your upper back. Hold the breath. Lift your shoulders straight up. Pull your shoulders straight back. Squeeze the upper part of the shoulder blades together and keep that as you exhale. Drag your shoulder blades down your back. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze the middle part of the shoulder blades together. Using those upper back muscles, pull the shoulder blades down your back. Inhale into upper back, spreading the shoulder blades apart. Exhale, squeeze the bottom tips of the shoulder blades together. Bend your elbows and then pull your elbows in and drag your elbows and your shoulder blades down the back. Release the arms, one more round. Inhale into your upper back. Hold the breath, lift your shoulders straight up. Pull your shoulders straight back. Squeeze your upper shoulder blades together and keep squeezing as you exhale. Drag those shoulder blades down. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze the middle shoulder blades together. Squeeze my finger. That's it. Keep squeezing as you pull those shoulder blades down. Inhale into your upper back. Exhale, squeeze the bottom tips of the shoulder blades together. Bend the elbows so you can access them. Pull the elbows in and then drag your elbows and your shoulder blades down the back. Inhale into upper back. And exhale, just release your arms down by your sides. Okay. From here, unravel the legs and bring your left leg up into half lotus. Left leg into half lotus, and then bend your right knee. And if you cannot bring your leg up into half lotus, just cross your left ankle in front of the right ankle. Right hand comes to your left knee. Left hand behind you, behind your sacrum, or you can reach around and grab onto your foot or your toes. Take a very deep inhale and lift your lower ribs up away from the hips and pelvis. And on the exhale, pull your belly button back towards the spine as you twist, rolling your left shoulder back and sliding your left shoulder blade down the back. You may even like to close your eyes so you can pull your attention more inwards and get a little more sensitive as to how you can feel your breath in your body. What areas of your body can you touch, can you reach with your breath? Bring your chin back to the center of the chest, that's it. And line up your chin directly on top of the chest, the center of the chest. So instead of twisting from your neck, you're twisting from your core, you're twisting from your spine. Inhaling to lengthen up, lift those ribs up, and then exhale, twisting from there. So you're inhaling to lengthen, and you're exhaling to move into that space. And one more breath. All right, inhale, come all the way back to center. Exhale, release, and switch your legs. So you have your right leg in half lotus or right ankle in front of the left. And then take your left hand to right knee, right hand behind you on the floor, or reach around to grab your foot or your toes. Here, before we twist anyway, bring your chin back to the center of the chest. Yeah, so you're not twisting from the neck, not straining the neck. Take a very deep inhale, lift the lower ribs up, away from the hips, away from the pelvis. And on your exhale, pull your belly back towards the spine as you rotate around. Inhale, lift your mid-ribs up away from your lower ribs. And on the exhale, twist around the spine. Inhale, lift your upper ribs away from the mid-ribs. Exhale, pull the belly back towards the spine, so you have more space to twist. Take 3 more very deep breaths here. Your shoulders are relaxed, shoulder blades sliding down the back. Now inhale, come all the way back to center, and exhale, release. And bring your legs out in front of you. Okay. Make sure that you have your block nearby, and then lay down onto your back with your rolled up mat. Bring your rolled up mat between your legs for abs with a roll. Bring the roll down onto pubic bone and extend your legs straight up towards the sky, spreading through the toes. And press through the big toe sides of the feet. So you're really lengthening through the inner line of the legs. Interlace your hands around behind your head at the base of your head near your neck, and point your elbows straight up towards the ceiling. Now take a very deep breath in, and on your exhale, pull your belly button back towards the spine, pressing your lower back into the floor. And take another very deep inhale into lower back. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up, squeeze your roll, and then exhale, lift your head and your shoulders up off the floor. And keep breathing here. Very deep breaths in, very deep breaths out. Press a little more through the big toe sides. That's it. So pressing up through here into my hands. Yeah. And take another very deep breath in. On your exhale, squeeze that roll a second time and pull your belly down. Inhale, shoulders your head to the floor. Hold the breath. Curl the tailbone up, squeeze that roll, exhale, lift your head and your shoulders up off the floor. And take another deep breath in. On your exhale, squeeze that roll a second time, squeeze your sitting bones towards the tailbone and pull the lower belly down. Inhale, bring your shoulders, your head to the floor. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze your roll, and then exhale, lift your head and your shoulders up off the floor. Now extend up from your triceps, that's the backs of the arms, so you're opening the back of the heart, so creating that space between the shoulder blades. Squeeze that rolled up mat and pull the belly button down. Inhale, bring your shoulders, your head to the floor. 2 more, hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze that roll, and exhale, lift your head and your shoulders up off the floor. Another very deep inhale to lift those shoulder blades higher, reaching through the triceps. Squeeze that rolled up mat, squeeze sitting bones towards tailbone, pull the belly down. Inhale, bring your shoulders, your head to the floor. Last one, hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, squeeze the rolled up mat, exhale, lift your head and your shoulders up off the floor. Roll your thighs inwards, your calf muscles inwards, and then press more actively through the big toe sides of the feet. Squeeze that rolled up mat, pull the belly button down. Inhale, bring shoulders head to the floor, and then exhale, release your legs all the way down, and you can place your roll to the side. Now take a very deep breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth, exhale, let it go. Another very deep breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth, exhale, let it go. Now, set up your feet for bridge pose. So you have your ankles underneath your knees. If you're not sure about the distance, you can just reach back and touch your heel with the tip of your middle finger. That will give you a good indication of how far apart hips and heels should be. And then find your active feet. So that means you're lifting your toes off the floor, pressing through the heels and the balls of the feet. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, curl your tailbone up, lifting your lower back, your middle back, and then your upper back off the floor. Bring your hips down for just a moment. Hips down, that's it. And then have our toes pointing straight forward. There we go. Palms facing upwards. Slide your shoulder blades down the back so you're creating more space around the neck, between the shoulders and the ears. Bring your palms up this way. And that's it. Really ground down through those legs. And take a very deep inhale, telescope your ribs. So if you're not sure what telescoping the ribs means, that means lifting your lower ribs up away from your hips. That's it. So take a very deep inhale and telescope the ribs. Take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, pull your belly back towards the spine and send your sitting bones forward towards your knees so that you're lengthening through the lower back, creating some space there in the lower back. Now grab your block and bring your block onto your sacrum. And so your sacrum is that triangular bone at the base of the spine. And you don't want all your weight bearing down into the block, so bring about 40% of your weight into the block, but 60% of energy in the legs. And keep your feet very active, so the toes are lifting up, pressing down through the inner edges of your feet just as much as the outer edges of the feet. So you feel your inner thighs pulling towards one another, supporting the spine. And then bring your feet closer together. Inhale, bring your left knee to your chest. And exhale, extend your left leg straight up towards the sky, and spreading through the toes. Now as you reach up through that left leg, keep grounding down through your right leg and pull your right thigh in towards the midline. Pull into my leg. That's it. Now place your left hand onto your left thigh, onto the quadricep, just up at the crease of the hip, and push your left hand into your thigh and press your thigh back into your hand. So as we work here, we're working into our hamstrings, working to get a little more space around the hamstrings. As well as pushing your hand forward, you can also push your hand straight up in the direction of the knee, so you're actually lifting the flesh of your thigh away from the hip, creating some more space around there, around that left hip. Take 2 more very deep breaths. Squeeze into my leg here, that's it. Now take another deep breath in. Keep your leg up, exhale, release your arm, your hand down, and see if you can take your left foot back a little bit further, maybe a lot further. Another huge breath in. And exhale, move into half Virasana, Ardha Virasana. So you bend your left knee, reach around and grab onto your ankle or the top of the foot, and place the top of the foot on the floor so your toes are pointing straight back towards your left shoulder. Now pull your legs in towards one another. So when you let the knees splay apart, you lose that connection in your legs, which encourages more of a compression in the spine rather than an opening in the lower back. So keep working on squeezing those legs towards one another, towards the center line, so that you're actively using those legs. Squeeze into my thigh, yeah. And take another deep inhale to telescope your ribs. And on the exhale, pull the belly back towards the spine and send your sitting bones more forward towards the knees. For those of you who are feeling like a bit more challenged this morning, you can actually pick your right foot up off the floor and bring your right knee towards your chest so that you get more of an opening through your left quad and through that left hip flexor. So that's just an option if you feel like taking a little bit deeper today. Not compulsory. tuck the toes under this way a little bit more. There we go. So you've got your toenails on the floor. Now take 2 more very deep breaths into that. Reach the left knee more forward so you find more of an opening around left hip flexor, getting up into the psoas, helping release the lower back. And then exhale, bring your right foot down if it's lifted. Place your left foot flat onto the floor so you have both feet flat. Feet active, lifting those toes up, pressing through heels and balls of the feet. And bring those feet a little bit closer together. Inhale, bring your right knee to your chest, and exhale, extend your right leg straight up towards the sky. And then from here, bring your right hand onto your right thigh, onto the quad. Push into my shoulder. And you push your hand into your thigh and your thigh back into the hand. And then press the thigh, the flesh of the thigh up towards the toes so that you're creating a bit more space around that right hip. And deep breaths. Take another very deep breath here, breathing into that resistance. And on your next exhale, let go of the right hand and see how much further you can take your right leg back. Now moving into Havarasana. Bend your right knee, reach around and grab your ankle or your foot, placing the toenails on the floor so that your toes point straight back towards that right shoulder. Squeeze into my thigh, that's it. And take a very deep inhale to telescope the ribs. And on the exhale, pull the belly back towards the spine. And from there, send your sitting bones forward towards the knees. Finding that opening across the front of the pelvis. And if you would like to move deeper into this one, you can actually lift your left foot up off the floor and bring your left knee to your chest. Keep sending your right knee forward, opening through that right thigh. And take another very deep breath in, this time out through the mouth as you exhale. And then release your left foot all the way down and bring your right foot down onto the floor. And take a deep inhale to telescope your ribs. Now on the exhale, lengthen the sitting bones forward towards the knees, lifting the hips, your sacrum up away from the block. Move your block out from underneath you. Huge breath in. And on the exhale, curl your tailbones. You're curling the tailbone up towards the ceiling as you bring your upper back down. Keep curling the tailbone up as you bring your middle back down. And keep curling the tailbone as you bring your lower back all the way down onto the floor. And then just take a very deep inhale down towards the pelvis. And a very deep breath out. Another huge breath in. Feel the lower belly rise as you inhale. And a very deep breath out. Roll onto the left side of your body. And then keeping your neck fully relaxed, use your hands to push yourself all the way up so the head stays hanging down. And then use your left hand on the left side of your face to prop your head back up. Okay. And then come forward onto your knees and we'll move into a dolphin with the palms facing up using the block. So bring your block between your forearms. Alice, can I just borrow this for a second? Bring that block between the forearms right up at the crease of your wrists. And you're squeezing your forearms into the block, spreading the palms open, thumbs moving towards the floor. So the squeezing the forearms into the block helps us connect to the chest muscles and open up between the shoulder blades. So we're moving into that wrapping shoulders action. So squeeze forearms in. Inhale to lift up between those shoulder blades. Head hangs down. And then exhale, tuck your toes and lift your hips straight up and back. And this is a strong pose, so get a really strong active breath going to support you. Inhale into your upper back. And on your exhale, lift your ribs and your hips up, away from the shoulders. You're lengthening through your armpits and your triceps. See if you can relax the neck a little bit more. It's okay if the head rests on the block. And from there, move your thighs back and your heels in the direction of the floor. Now, as you do that, we tend to squeeze up around those shoulder blades. Keep pulling the shoulder blades apart, so wrapping the shoulders, keeping the integrity in the upper body. And then knit your lower ribs in towards the body, pulling the abdominals in and up like you would for Uddiyana. And take 5 more very deep breaths here. So just getting as much breath as you can into the upper back, into that space between the shoulder blades. And use these muscles a little bit more, that's it. So press up into my hand, push up in here, push up, that's it, and then lift your hips up. And deep breath in. Another very deep breath here. And lifting up from here. And then come down into embryo, knees to the floor, hips to heels, arms alongside the body with your palms facing up. And take a huge breath into your upper back. And sigh everything out as you exhale. And do that again. Huge breath in. And then out through the mouth, just sigh it out. Good. So you're clearing space for your day. You're clearing space so that you can move into that space today. So letting go of yesterday, letting go of every moment before this one, and just feeling your way through this moment, this space here. Keep your head down. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up. So the head is the last thing to come up. And then stand up at the top of your mat with your feet together, toes and heels touch. And we'll move through some lunging suns. Bring your palms together and take a deep inhale, reach your arms straight up. Exhale, fold forward and bend your knees as much as you need to as you fold. A lunge, left foot back, bring your knee down. Inhale, take your arms straight up to the sky. And soften your shoulders down away from the ears. Another deep breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back into your plank pose. And your plank pose, pull your shoulders away from your ears and move your chest forward. Knees down, take a deep breath in. Tuck your tailbone, exhale, pull your ribs and your chest through the arms as you lower all the way down through chaturanga. Hands in front of the shoulders, about 12 inches. Reach your legs straight back, so you're creating some space for your lower back. And then press down through your feet, tuck your tailbone, and inhale, come on up into low cobra. Pull the elbows in towards one another, and then send the energy of the elbows straight down towards the floor, so you feel your shoulder blades sliding down the back. Inhale. Exhale, pull your ribs and your chest forward towards the fingertips as you lower all the way down. Hands under shoulders, press back into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers really wide in your downward facing dog. And move the shoulder blades apart like we did in the dolphin pose. So you're spreading the shoulder blades apart, a little micro bend in the elbows here, pulling the elbows towards one another. And a lunge. Inhale, your left foot forward and back knee down. Take your arms straight up. Active hands spreading through the palms, spreading through the fingertips. Exhale, forward bend. Bring your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up. Head comes up last. Reach through the arms. Exhale, bring your palms together, center of your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your hands to the floor. Now lunge your right leg back. Bring your knee down. Inhale, take the arms straight up. And even here, can you wrap your shoulders? So you're pulling the shoulder blades apart, wrapping your shoulder blades around towards the chest. Relax the shoulders a little more and move the, yeah, that's it. On your exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Step back into your plank pose. Inhale in your plank. Bring the knees down. Chaturanga, exhale, lower. Pull the shoulders away from your ears, away from the floor as you come down. Now here, a little trick to create that space in the lower back. Inhale, lift your left leg up off the floor. And then reach your left leg straight back, turning your inner left thigh upwards. So you're rolling the inner thigh in and up. And then keep that as you exhale, bring your leg all the way down. And notice the difference between the length of your left leg and right leg. Left side of the lower back, right side of the lower back. Inhale, bring your right leg up. Reach your right leg straight back. Turn your inner right thigh upwards, toes point in. And then keep that as you bring your leg all the way back down onto the floor. Now press down through your feet, hands in front of the shoulders. Tuck your tailbone and inhale, low cobra. Now pull the elbows in towards the body. Send your elbows down in the direction of the floor. Another huge breath in. Exhale, pull your ribs and your chest forward towards your fingertips as you lower. Hands under shoulders, push into your downward facing dog. Wrapping those shoulders in your downward facing dog. Now lunge your right leg forward, bring your back knee down. Inhale, take your arms straight up. Take another very deep inhale up into heart space this time. And on your exhale, wrap your shoulders. Yes, you're opening across the upper back. Hands to the floor, step into a forward bend. Bring your feet together, top of the mat. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up. Press down through your feet, lift up through the arms. And exhale, bring your palms together, center of your heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Now lunge your left foot back, bring your knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms straight up. Exhale, hands to the floor, a step back into your plank pose. Inhale in your plank. Bring your knees down, tuck the tailbone as you exhale, lower through your chaturanga. Low cobra, hands in front of the shoulders. Do that inner rotation with your legs. And then tuck your tailbone, inhale, come on up into your cobra pose. Squeeze your elbows into my hands, that's it. Take another deep breath in. And on your exhale, pull your ribs and your chest forward towards the fingertips, lowering all the way down. Hands under shoulders, press back into your downward facing dog. Spread your fingers really wide, that's it. Lunge, left foot forward, back knee down. Inhale, take the arms up. Now wrapping those shoulders so you're opening across the shoulder blades. Exhale, forward bend, bring your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up, press down through the feet, lift up through the arms. And exhale, bring your palms together, center of your heart. Inhale, arms extend up. Exhale, fold forward, bring your hands to the floor. Lunge your right leg back, bring your knee down. Inhale, take the arms straight up. Now take a very deep inhale and telescope your ribs, lifting the lower ribs up away from the hips and the pelvis. And exhale, hands to the floor and step back into your plank pose. And bring the knees down, huge breath in. And exhale, lower down through chaturanga, shoulders away from your ears, away from the floor as you come all the way down. Low cobra, hands in front of the shoulders. Create that space in your lower back. And then inhale, pull your ribs and your chest through into your low cobra. And so squeeze your elbows into my hands. Yeah, squeeze in. That's it. Take another deep breath in. And exhale, pull your ribs and your chest through as you lower all the way down. Hands under shoulders, press back into down dog. Now lunge right leg forward, bring your back knee down. Inhale, extend those arms straight up to the sky. And deep inhale to telescope those ribs. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, forward bend. Bring your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up. Press down through your feet, lift up through the arms. And exhale, bring your palms together, center of your heart. Okay, 2 more rounds. Inhale, arms up. So really feeling your way through. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the floor. Lunge your left foot back and bring your knee down. Inhale, extend your arms straight up to the sky. And take another deep inhale to telescope your ribs. And on your exhale, tuck your tailbone, so you're lengthening the lower back. Another huge breath in. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back into your plank pose. Now bring the knees down, inhale. Exhale, pull the shoulders away from the ears for chaturanga, lowering all the way down. Hands in front of the shoulders. Tuck your tailbone and inhale, pull your ribs and your chest through into your cobra. Bring your elbows in a little bit more, that's it. Take another huge breath in. On your exhale, pull your ribs and your chest through towards the fingertips as you lower. Hands under shoulders, press back into downward facing dog. Now lunge left foot forward, bring your back knee down. Inhale, take the arms straight up. And deep inhale to telescope the ribs. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. And then wrap those shoulders, shoulder blades spread apart. Forward bend, bring your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, roll yourself on up. Use your abdominals, pull the abdominals in and up as you do that. Reach through the arms. And exhale, bring your palms together, center of your heart. And one more for good luck. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the floor. Now lunge your right leg back, knee down. Inhale, extend your arms straight up. Now very deep inhale to telescope those ribs. Nice. Exhale, tuck your tailbone. Bring your hands to the floor and step back into your plank pose. Inhale in your plank. Chaturanga, knees down, shoulders away from your ears, away from the floor as you come all the way down. Hands in front of the shoulders, tuck your tailbone and inhale, pull your ribs and your chest through. It's like you're trying to drag your body along the floor just by using the arms. That's the kind of energy you want here in your arms. Another full breath in. Exhale, take the body through the arms, lowering all the way down. Hands under shoulders, press back into your downward facing dog. And shoulders away from the ears, spread those shoulder blades apart. And step your right foot forward for lunge. Inhale, take the arms straight up. So inhale, telescope those ribs. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. And on your next exhale, forward bend, bring your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, roll yourself all the way up, press down through your feet, lift up through the arms. And exhale, bring your palms together, center of your heart. Be serious with vignettes. Bend your knees. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, bring your hands to the floor. Now inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Just look down so the back of the neck is long. Move your shoulders away from your ears. And then exhale, step or jump back into chaturanga. That's your press up position. Inhale into your up dog or cobra pose. A little bend in your elbows, even in up dog, so you can roll the head of the shoulders back. And exhale, press back into your downward facing dog. Just letting the head hang down, the neck relax. Spread the shoulder blades apart a little bit more. Yeah. Now step your left foot forward into triangle pose, Trikonasana. So I'm going to keep your knee a little bit bent. Yeah, oh, the other one, okay. Reach out through the left arm, bring the hand down onto the ankle or the shin, reaching that right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Now in the Forrest Yoga practice, relaxing the neck, so you just let your head hang down. Left ear moves towards the left shoulder. Lift your toes up off the floor and feel out how that helps you lift your calf muscles, lift your quadriceps. And then send your sitting bones down towards the floor so that you're moving your sacrum, that triangular bone at the base of the spine, moving that away from your back ribs. Pulling the belly in and up, pulling your ribs in and up, and then from there, finding more of a lift and more of an opening through the upper body. Pull in a little bit more from here. That's it. And then keep that as you roll this right shoulder back. And you can even move into a chest opener variation here where you start to roll your right shoulder back and take your right hand back. Keep that neck fully relaxed. Now keep your neck relaxed. Reach back through your right arm, pulling yourself all the way back up. And then bend your left knee into warrior two. You may need to bring the feet a little bit further apart. Inhale, extend right arm up. Reverse warrior, exhale, right arm to right leg. Reach your left arm up and over the ear. And just look towards the side wall, allowing your head to hang down. So the right ear is just softening towards the right shoulder. Press your left knee forward and your left knee out towards the little toe side of that front foot. And breathing deep breaths into that left rib cage. Opening up around the left hip, creating space between the left thigh and the left rib cage. Another very deep breath here. And then use your left arm, inhale, come all the way back up. And on your exhale, move into extended warrior variation. Left forearm to thigh. Bring your right arm around behind your back, holding onto your inner left thigh or grabbing onto your clothing. Let the head hang down and your neck fully relax. And really press through all corners of that back foot. Turn your toes in more. Yeah. So you're pressing through the inner and the outer edge of the back foot, lifting your back thigh up. And take a very deep inhale, telescope those ribs. And on your exhale, tuck your tailbone, pull the abdominals in and up, and then press down through your left forearm to help you lift your upper body a little further away from the thigh. And as you press down through that left forearm, move the left shoulder down away from the ear. Relax this left shoulder all the way down. Yeah. And then from there, your head can hang down. Take 2 more very deep breaths up into the chest. So opening up around the right collarbone, around the shoulder, the head of the right shoulder, the armpit. Exhale, hands to the floor as step back into your plank pose. And this time in your plank pose, send your heels back, pull your chest and your ribs forward, huge breath in, and exhale, lower all the way down through chaturanga onto the front of the body. Now interlace your hands around behind your back, and then squeeze your ankles together. So you can reach back through the legs, through that inner rotation that we did earlier with the cobra, and then squeeze ankles together. If you have any lower back issues, work with your feet hip distance apart. Tuck your tailbone and inhale, lift your chest and your legs up off the floor. Look down so the back of the neck is long, and then use your upper back muscles to squeeze your shoulder blades together. And with that, slide your shoulder blades down your back. Squeeze this block here. Squeeze your ankle bones into there so you're lifting a little more through your inner thighs. Take another huge breath in and exhale, lower all the way down onto the front of the body. Hands under shoulders, press back into down dog. A triangle pose. Step your right foot forward between your hands. And when you're ready, extend out through the right arm. Bring the hand onto the ankle or the shin. Left arm up, neck is relaxed. So lift those toes up, feel the calf muscles lift, the quadricep muscles lift. You can even bring a micro bend into the knees so you're not overextending the joints. You're using the muscles around the joints. And then just let your head hang down so right ear softens towards the right shoulder. And then feel your way through this pose. So really get as much openness as you can across the chest. So especially if you have an office job and you spend a lot of your day kind of slouching the shoulders forward, use this opportunity here in your practice to open. A rolling left shoulder back. Take your tailbone a little bit more. That's it. And then let your head hang down. And use your left arm and pull your body back up. Bend your front knee into warrior two. And then inhale, take your left arm straight up. Exhale, reverse your warrior, left hand to left thigh. Reach your right arm up and over. And wrap that right shoulder. So the right shoulder blade is moving around towards your chest, towards your armpit. So you get more of an opening around that right shoulder blade, more space between the shoulder and the ear. So you're opening up upper trapezius. Push your knee forward and then push your knee out into my hand, out this way. Take 2 more very deep breaths into that right rib cage, into the right side of the body. And can you create more space there between the right rib cage and the right thigh as you press the knee forward and at the same time move the upper body away. Now use your right arm, inhale, pull your body back up, and exhale into extended warrior variation. Bring your right forearm to your thigh, and left arm comes around behind your back, holding onto your inner right thigh or your clothing. Anchoring down through that back leg. Sending the sitting bones down towards the floor so you feel the sacrum lengthen away from the back ribs. And belly pulling in and up, that will give you a lot more lift. And as you press down through the left forearm to lift the right rib cage up, can you pull the right shoulder down away from the ear? So you have more space to relax the neck, yeah? You have more space for the head to hang. And then release your hands to the floor and step back into plank pose. Now pull your chest forward. Exhale, lower through chaturanga, all the way down onto the front of the body. Grab your block and bring your block between your ankles for boat with shoulder shrugs. So you squeeze your ankle bones into the block, connecting through the inner line of your legs. And then bring your hands about 4 inches wider than your shoulders. Okay, squeeze that block in, tuck your tailbone, and then inhale, lift your chest, your hands and your legs up off the floor. You're right. Now look down so the back of the neck is long. Take a huge inhale into your upper back. And on your exhale, squeeze your shoulders, your shoulder blades, and your elbows towards one another. And inhale into the upper back. Exhale, squeeze your shoulders, your shoulder blades, and your elbows towards one another, keeping the back of the neck long. One more inhale into upper back. Exhale, squeeze your shoulders, your shoulder blades, and your elbows towards one another. And exhale, release all the way down. Take a huge breath in. And exhale, push back into your downward facing dog. If you're feeling lively, you can move this into a turbo dog. For those of you who know turbo dog, that's bending the elbows, pulling your elbows in towards one another. So you really connect to those chest muscles, triceps, serratus. And so feeling that aliveness, feeling that connection through the chest and the opening through the back of the heart. Now high lunge, step your left foot forward between your hands. Back toes are tucked, and bring your hands to your hips. Now take a deep breath in, and exhale, bend your right knee. So the knee is about 1 centimeter or 2 away from the floor, so you start to feel that right quad. Send your sitting bones down, and pull the belly in and up, and from here you can extend your arms straight up towards the sky. Now fire up your breath, so that you're supporting this opening through your right quad and through the hip flexor, moving up into the psoas. So this is quite a juicy pose. If you want some lion's breath in there, you can let that go. Another huge breath in. And then exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Arrow lunge, bring your back knee down, top of the foot to the floor. Press down through the top of the foot to lift your knee up off the floor. Keep a little bend in the knee, so you're not overextending the joint. And from here, you can either have your hands on the floor, hands could come up onto the thigh, or you could reach your arms straight up towards the sky. And from here, relax the shoulders and relax your face. Make sure there's space between your upper teeth and your lower teeth. That's it. Huge breaths. 2 more. Let's make the last 2 breaths lion's breaths. So take a deep breath in. Open the mouth. Stick the tongue out. One more. And then exhale, release your hands to the floor. Fold over the right side of your mat and bring your knee down. So move into H to B, heel to the butt. So make sure you have a nice deep lunge here. Bend your right knee, reach around and grab the inside of your right foot, and then pull your foot in towards your butt. As you move your foot in towards your butt, move your left hip back and your right hip forward. So you're squaring your pelvis with the front of the room. And from there, you'll line up the shoulders as well. Tuck your tailbone. That will give you a little more opening, a little more intensity through the front of that right leg. And you may even like to bring your left arm straight up from here. Or you could bring your left hand at the base of the skull for brain cradle. So you're just supporting your head here. And maybe work on lifting the ribs, the chest up, and looking up slightly as you let the head rest into the hands. And keep rolling the right hip forward, moving that left hip back. Inhaling to lift the ribs up, the diaphragm up away from the hips. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, maybe sitting down a little bit deeper. One more breath. And then from there, release. Release your arms, your legs, and press back into plank pose. And take a deep inhale in your plank. And exhale, lower all the way down through chaturanga. Low cobra, hands in front of the shoulders. Tuck your tailbone, inhale, come on up. Really pull the ribs, the chest forward, moving into that space that you've created here around the upper back. And around the front of the shoulders. Another huge inhale. And exhale, pull the ribs and the chest through as you lower all the way down. Hands under shoulders, push back into downward facing dog. Our high lunge, step your right foot forward, and back toes tucked. Bring the hands to the hips as you lift your upper body. And then go ahead and bend that left knee. So you're bringing your left knee just a centimeter or two away from the floor. And tuck your tailbone. And then pull your ribs up, away from the hips. From there you can extend your arms straight up to the sky. And bring this knee down a little bit lower, down into my hand a little bit more. That's it. 2 more breaths. If there are lion's breaths in there, then you can let them go. Deep inhale to telescope. That's it. Then exhale, tuck your tailbone. Yeah. 1 more breath. And then bring your hands to the floor, arrow lunge. Top of the foot to the floor. So knee comes down, top of the foot to the floor. Then press through the toenails to lift your knee up. And from here, you can take one of those 3 arm variations, hands to the floor, hands to the thigh, or reach your arms straight up towards the sky. 5 huge breaths here. Commit to taking 5 huge breaths for yourself, getting that energy moving through your body, breathing the quality of energy that you want to feel today, experience today through your body. Bring this foot a little bit further forward. 2 more breaths. Lion's breath is there if you need it or want it. Squeeze your ankle into my hand, that's it. And then exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Fold over the left side of your mat, so you've got some extra padding underneath your left knee. Moving into H to the B, or heel to the butt. And then from here, you reach around and grab the inside of your left foot, pulling the foot in towards your butt. Grab from the inside here, from the big toe side. The arm, hang on, relax. And then come this way, that's it. Pull your foot in towards the butt. At the same time, tuck your tailbone and then lift your ribs and your diaphragm up away from the top crest of the hips. Work your right hip back and move your left hip more forward. And you can stay here or bring your right arm straight up to the sky, or maybe work into brain cradle. So just cupping the base of your skull with your hand. Wrapping that right shoulder and extending the tricep straight up. So you get that lengthening through the tricep, that lift. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, roll your right rib cage back a little bit more. And yeah, pull the ribs in towards the body. One more huge breath, and then tuck your tailbone and pull the upper body away from your front thigh. And then exhale, bring your hands to the floor, step back into downward facing dog. Or a turbo dog if you're feeling wild. 3 lion's breaths here. Take a huge breath in. Out through the mouth, stick the tongue out, let it go. Another very deep breath in. Open your mouth, stick your tongue out, exhale. Another one, deep breath in, and let it go as you exhale. And come all the way down onto your knees, cross your ankles, and then lay down onto your back for star spiral pulse. So just releasing the lower back, creating a little more space around the sacroiliac joints. I promise you can rest after this. You'll bring your feet up off the floor, knees directly on top of your hips, spreading through your toes. And interlace your hands around behind your head, elbows point straight up. Press your lower back into the floor so you're using your abdominals. Inhale, bring your head, your shoulders up off the floor. Hold your breath, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to your left thigh. Reach your right leg straight upwards towards the sky. Now flex your right foot and turn your toes inwards. Take a huge breath in, and on your exhale, pump your heel up 3 times, so using those lower abdominals. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, curl your tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to your right thigh. Reach your left leg straight up. Flex the foot and turn your toes in. Huge breath in, and then exhale, pump your heel up 3 times. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Curl your tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards your left thigh. Reach your right leg straight up towards the ceiling. Flex your foot and turn your toes inwards. Take a huge breath in. And on your exhale, pump, heel up 3 times. That's it. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath. Curl your tailbone up. Exhale, elbows towards your right thigh. Reach your left leg up. Flex the foot and turn the toes in. Huge breath in, and then exhale, pump 3 times, spiraling your inner thigh in and up. Inhale, come back to center, 1 more each side, hold the breath, curl the tailbone up. Exhale, elbows to your left thigh, reach your right leg up, flex the foot, turn your toes inwards, turn them in this way, that's it. Huge inhale. On your exhale, pump 3 times, so spiraling your inner thigh in and up. A little softer, yeah. Inhale, come back to center. Hold the breath, curl the tailbone up, and then exhale, elbows towards right thigh. Reach your left leg up. Flex the foot, turn the toes in. It's a very subtle movement. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, pump that heel up. Yeah, spiraling your inner left thigh in and up. Then inhale, come back to center, and exhale, release all the way down. Bring your knees to your chest. And take a deep breath in, and then out through the mouth, exhale. Another very deep breath in, and then exhale out through the mouth. And take another inhale. And on your exhale, take your knees over towards your left side and your right arm out to the right side for your spinal twist. To get a little deeper in your twist, bring your knees up closer to your chest. That's it. If your lower back is quite happy and healthy here and you would like to deepen the twist even more, you can move into the eagle leg. So you cross your right leg over the left leg. If it's available, tucking your right toes around behind the left ankle. Bring this arm up this way. How's that feel there? Okay, cool. And take huge breaths into this right side of the body. Physically feel your ribs expanding on the inhale, softening on the exhale. And deep breath in. And then exhale.
inhale, come back to center.
Bringing one leg and then the other leg, and then exhale, move into your right side. So knees to the right, reach your left arm out to the left. And if your lower back is feeling good here, you can move into that deeper variation, the eagle legs. It's okay on this side. It's pretty okay on this side, huh? A little bit better. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Huge breaths into that left side of the body. Letting go with every exhale. And then inhale, come all the way back to center. And then exhale, release into Shavasana, final resting pose. And bring your feet out as wide as the mat, arms alongside the body with your palms facing up. Slide your shoulder blades down the back. I take a huge breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And give yourself a moment, an opportunity here just to feel. And feel that space that you've created through the chest and through the upper back, front of the shoulders. Maybe even your neck is feeling a little more released. Stay very connected to this feeling and this openness as you move through your day-to-day. And so even when challenges are thrown your way, or in particular interactions that shake you up a little bit, come your way, move yourself back into your breath and back into this feeling that you had at the end of your practice. Keep coming back to it as a point of reference as you move through your day-to-day. As you can find grounding there, you can find peace there, stillness there. And we know that the most challenging part of our practice is moving into our everyday life, living our everyday life, going to work, interacting with our boss, our family, if that's what we're doing, friends sometimes. Complete strangers can throw us off. And so move today with the intention of just being open, of being grounded. And just like you feel grounded here at the end of your practice. Take a very deep breath in and a very deep breath out. And just swallow a couple of times. If you would like to stay and rest in Shavasana, you're more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, you can bend your knees and roll onto the left side of your body, just pausing there for a moment. And keeping your neck relaxed, use your arms to push yourself all the way up to a seated position. Using your left hand on the left side of your face to prop your head up. Coming into Sukhasana, the cross-legged seated position. Bring your palms together at the center of your heart in Anjali Mudra and rest your thumbs onto your sternum. As you inhale, lift your chest up into your thumbs. And exhale, roll the shoulders back and down away from the ears. So staying with that commitment to stay open, to stay connected to the breath and to move in a grounded feeling way as you move through your day and your interactions today. Thank you for sharing your energy. Namaste.
Thanks.